March 14th, 9:22 p.m. I was in my corner office on the 34th floor. View of the Hudson. Bonus that year was $187,000. Base salary $165,000. I was 31 years old. Senior bank manager. No wife. No kids. No anchors. Just me. My Amex Black Card. And 3 girlfriends who didn't know about each other. Jessica was the lawyer. 29, blonde. Lived on the Upper East Side. She thought I was the one. I let her think that. Samantha was the marketing director. 32, brunette. Had a tattoo on her ribs she hid from her parents. We met at a rooftop bar in Williamsburg. Vanessa was the wild card. 27, no real job. Some influencer thing. She called me daddy and meant it. I had a penthouse in Phi-D. $6,200 a month. A 2020 Porsche 911. $148,000. A watch collection worth $40,000. Rolex. Omega. A Panerai I wore on dates with Jessica because she noticed things like that. Life was good. Too good. Here's the thing about managing a bank branch in Manhattan. You see money every day. Not yours. Other people's. Old ladies with $2 million in CDs. Small businesses with $800,000 operating accounts. Trust funds for kids who never worked a day. I was responsible for $47 million in customer deposits. And I was good at my job. Really good. Top 3% regionally. My branch had the highest cross-sell numbers. Best customer satisfaction. Regional VP loved me. But I had a secret. I was trading options. Heavily. On margin. Using my own money at first. Then using more than my own money. I had opened a brokerage account at a competitor bank. Funded it with $250,000 of my savings. Turned it into $680,000 in 3 months. Felt like a genius. Turned it into $210,000 in 2 weeks. Felt like an idiot. I wanted it back. Needed it back. That's when the thought entered my mind. The one that ruins lives. I have access to $47 million. No one checks the aged accounts. The dormant ones. The ones where the customer died and the family hasn't notified us yet. I told myself it was a loan. A temporary shift. I would put it back before anyone noticed. I was just borrowing liquidity. The first transfer was $50,000 from an account belonging to a woman named Mrs. Gable. She was 89, hadn't logged in online in 4 years. Her balance was $1.2 million. She wouldn't miss $50,000 for a week. I put it in my brokerage account. Bought calls on NVIDIA. Sold 4 days later for $78,000. Profit $28,000. Put the $50,000 back into Mrs. Gable's account. She never knew. I did it again. $100,000 this time. From a small business account. A plumbing company. They kept $400,000 in operating cash. I took $100,000. Traded it for 2 weeks. Made $41,000. Put it back. No one noticed. By month 3, I was taking $500,000 at a time. Trading earnings. Trading biotech approvals. Trading meme stocks. I turned $500,000 into $1.2 million in 1 week. Put the $500,000 back. Kept the $700,000 profit. My brokerage account hit $2.4 million. I was 31 years old. Up $2.1 million from trading. None of it mine. All of it borrowed from dead old ladies and plumbers who didn't know I existed. I bought Jessica a Cartier bracelet. $8,400. She cried. I felt nothing. I took Samantha to Paris for a weekend. Flew business class. $6,200 each. Stayed at the Ritz. She posted pictures. Tagged me. I panicked and asked her to take it down. She got suspicious. I bought Vanessa a new camera lens. $2,300. She said that's it. I laughed. She didn't. The trades kept working. Until they didn't. One trade. April 7th. A tech company reporting earnings. I took $1.8 million from 7 different customer accounts. Spread them out so no single account looked suspicious. Bought calls. All in. The company beat earnings. Stock dropped 12% because of forward guidance. My $1.8 million became $380,000 overnight. I lost $1.42 million in 8 hours. I didn't sleep. Didn't eat. Didn't answer Jessica's texts. She sent 17. I read none. The next morning, I put back what I could. $380,000. The 7 accounts were now short a total of $1.42 million. I had to get it back. I took $2 million from 12 accounts. Bigger this time. YOLO on a meme stock. It went up 60% in 3 days. I was back to $3.2 million. I put back the $2 million. Kept the $1.2 million profit. Covered the $1.42 million loss from before. Had $800,000 left. I was even. No profit. No loss. Just my original $250,000 back. Any normal person would have stopped. Would have closed the brokerage account. Would have married Jessica and moved to Connecticut. I am not a normal person. I wanted more. I wanted the $2.1 million back. The peak. The high. I took $3 million from 23 accounts. Largest transfer yet. Spread across a Tuesday. I bought deep out of the money calls on a biotech stock. FDA approval pending. The approval came. Stock went up 300% pre-market. My $3 million was worth $9 million. I was up $6 million in paper profit. I didn't sell. Market opened. The stock gapped up 200%. Then it fell. Profit takers. Short sellers. It dropped 50% from the open. My $9 million became $4.5 million. I didn't sell. Dropped to $3 million. Then $2.1 million. I sold at $2.1 million. Lost $900,000 of the customer money. Now I had a hole of $900,000 across 23 accounts. I tried to get it back. One more trade. $2.1 million on puts. Betting against a retailer. The retailer reported. Beat earnings. Stock went up 18%. My $2.1 million became $400,000. I lost $1.7 million of customer money on that one trade. Total hole, $2.6 million. I sat in my corner office. 4:14 p.m. Sun setting over the Hudson. My phone was blowing up. Jessica, where are you? Samantha, I saw Jessica's Instagram story. Who is she? Vanessa, hey daddy, need $5,000 for a trip. I didn't answer any of them. I started transferring money from more accounts. Trying to cover the hole with new holes. It's called robbing Peter to pay Paul. Except Peter was a dead woman in Florida and Paul was a plumbing company in Queens. By month 6, the hole was $4.8 million across 61 customer accounts. I was taking money from accounts I had already taken from. Double dipping. The accounting was a nightmare. I spent more time tracking my theft than managing the branch. My regional VP came for a visit. Walked the floor. Asked about a few accounts. I lied. Said everything was fine. He looked at me. You look tired. I said busy quarter. He said, you're doing great. Keep it up. I smiled. He left. I threw up in my private bathroom. That night, I got home at 11 p.m. My penthouse was empty. No Jessica. No Samantha. No Vanessa. I had stopped calling them back. They had stopped calling me. I sat on my $8,000 couch. Wore my $12,000 watch. Drank $400 whiskey from a crystal glass. And I felt nothing. The next morning, I made the dumbest trade of my life. $2 million on calls. Expired in 2 days. The stock went flat. Theta ate my position. Lost $1.6 million. Total hole, $6.4 million. I couldn't hide it anymore. The internal audit was coming. I had 3 weeks. I did the math. My salary was $165,000. My bonus was $187,000. My savings were $50,000. My Porsche was worth $110,000. My watches maybe $30,000. My penthouse had no equity. I rented. I was $6.4 million in the hole. I had $372,000 to my name after liquidating everything. Not $183,000. $372,000. I had sold the Porsche for $115,000, the watches for $28,000, the furniture for $12,000, got my penthouse deposit back, $18,000, plus my savings, $50,000, plus I sold some old stocks my dad gave me, $149,000. Total cash, $372,000. I stopped going to work, called in sick, spent 3 days in my penthouse, staring at the ceiling, considering things I won't write here. On the 4th day, I made a decision. I wasn't going to prison. I wasn't going to face my regional VP. I wasn't going to watch Jessica cry on the witness stand. I was going to run. I packed one bag, left my phone on the kitchen counter, took a taxi to JFK, bought a one-way ticket to Manila, $1,200. Economy, no more business class. The flight was 14 hours. I didn't sleep. I just stared at the seat in front of me, thinking about Mrs. Gable, about the plumbing company, about the 61 accounts I had destroyed. The plane landed at 6:14 a.m. I walked out of the airport. The humidity hit me like a wall. I was 31 years old, $372,000 in a backpack. No job, no future, no girlfriends, no watch, no Porsche, no penthouse, just me, and a second chance. The first year was hard. I rented a small apartment in Manila for $350 a month. No AC, no hot water, rats in the ceiling. I ate street food for $2 a day, lost 30 pounds. Not on purpose. I couldn't work in finance. My name was flagged. The lawsuits followed me. I was served papers via email. The bank was suing me for $4.2 million. Customers were suing me individually. Total lawsuits, $6.8 million. I had no money for lawyers. I defaulted. They got judgments. I had nothing to take because I was in the Philippines. I spent 6 months just surviving. Then I met someone. Her name was Maria. She was 24. Worked at a small cafe. She didn't know about New York. Didn't know about Jessica or Samantha or Vanessa. Didn't know about the $6.4 million. Didn't know about the lawsuits. She just knew I was a guy who looked sad and ordered the same coffee every day. She asked my name. I told her Mike. Not my real name. She didn't ask for a last name. We started talking, then dating, then living together. She never asked for money. Never asked for gifts. Never posted on Instagram. She made me breakfast every morning. Fried rice, eggs, garlic. She burned the garlic sometimes. I didn't care. After 2 years, I decided to stop hiding. Not from the law, from myself. I told her everything. The bank, the customer money, the trades, the hole, the lawsuits, the flight. She listened, didn't interrupt, didn't judge. Then she said, "Are you still that person?" I said no. She said, "Then be the person you want to be now." I cried. She held me. That was 8 years ago. Today, I live in a small province outside of Manila, 3 hours from the city. Rice paddies, carabao, goats in the road. I took $70,000 of my cash and built a villa. 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, marble floors, a pool, a garden, a security gate with a guard, a maid who comes 6 days a week, a chauffeur who drives the kids to school in the Highlander. The house is not Manhattan. It's better. It's mine. No mortgage. No landlord. No coop board. I bought a 2022 Toyota Highlander for $20,000. Cash. Not a Porsche. But it starts every morning and the chauffeur keeps it clean. I bought a used Ducati for $7,000. I ride it on Sundays. Wind in my face. No traffic. No deadlines. No regional VPs. Sometimes Maria rides on the back. She holds my waist. I feel like a teenager. I took $250,000 and invested it in index funds. U.S. markets. Global markets. Low fees. The funds generate between $20,000 and $32,000 a year. Dividends. Capital gains. Passive income. I spend about $20,000 a year on everything. Food. Utilities. Maid salary. Security guard salary. Chauffeur. Gas. School fees for the kids. Health insurance. Bike maintenance. That leaves me with $0 to $12,000 extra each year. I reinvest it. Or buy Maria a gift. Or take the family to the beach. I live like a king. Not a New York king. A Philippines king. The kind who wakes up at 7 a.m., makes coffee, watches the sunrise over the rice paddies, and doesn't answer to anyone. My days are simple. Morning, workout. I built a small gym in the garage. Squat rack. Pull-up bar. Jump rope. I'm in the best shape of my life. Midday, swim in the pool with the kids. The oldest is 6. She calls me Papa. The boy is 1. He just learned to float. Afternoon, read. I go through 2 books a week. Novels. History. Biographies of people who also fell and got back up. Evening, watch a movie with Maria. We have a projector. She picks the movies. I pretend to complain. I love every second. Weekends, long bike rides with Maria. We pack water and snacks. Ride through the countryside. Stop at small roadside stands. Buy fresh mangoes for 50 cents. I don't miss New York. Not the penthouse. Not the Porsche. Not the watches. Not Jessica, Samantha, Vanessa. They were never real. The lifestyle was never real. The money was never mine. What's real is Maria. The kids. The villa. The Ducati. The $20,000 a year that buys me freedom. I still have $25,000 left in cash from the original $372,000. Emergency fund, sitting in a local bank. I don't touch it. The lawsuits in America are still active. I still owe millions I will never pay. I'm barred from working in finance anywhere in the world. My name is ruined in the industry, but my name is not ruined here. Here, I'm just Mike, the American guy who built a nice house, who married a local girl, who has 4 kids and a Highlander and a Ducati. No one knows about the $6.4 million. No one knows about Mrs. Gable. No one knows about the plumbing company. And I don't tell them, because that person died in New York. The man in the villa? He's someone else. He's happy. He's free. He's home.